What's up everybody, Daniel here, back with another video as usual, and today I will be finishing off the array methods, array prototype methods. So I'm going to start with the values and then I'm going to go to the width, because all these ones, let me just make this a little bigger. All these ones, which ones are the to local string, went through that, kind of understood. I remember stating that this one would probably, I should probably not really go through it like that, because it's just like for building software really, and what we're trying to do is just solve problems. To reverse creates these ones, like to reverse, to sorted, to splice, to string. They basically imitate reverse, sort, splice, etc. The only difference is that these ones create a new, they create a new array, with that new array being, you know, spliced or sorted or reversed, etc. Because the standard ones, they don't create, they just manipulate the original array, they mutate the original array. So yeah, I'm gonna go over to values and then we're gonna wrap this up. Values. So values is basically just getting the values of a particular array, and if it's not values, it's keys. Keys would be the indices, or the indexes 0, 1, 2, and then these are the values. So let's just type that out real quick. Did I save these? I'm not sure if I saved this piece of code, so I just want to do that real quick. Reverse, push, unshift. I'll just copy this and just paste it in here. And I'll just let that go. Alright. Alright, so like I stated before, I like to type out my arrays or my code. So this will be a number array, and then this is a string array actually, and then we're gonna go in B, and then lastly we're gonna go in C. Array1 dot values. Funny enough, not funny enough, keys. So this will store the keys. I should probably name it better. Iterator keys and iterator values, and then I'm just gonna say for const value. So let me think. So for const, right, so I guess, yeah, for const value of iterator keys, also log, obviously we will log iterator keys, and then that will give me value. Can I make a type for this, since these are numbers? No? Or is it not a number? Oh, let me say value, which is a number, equals to nothing, and then like that. Does that work? must be initialized. Let's say it's 0. Because it's a constant. Okay, there we go. So I would have to do that. Really is not necessary, but what can you do? All right. So since this is outside this scope, I can use value again, and instead of that I'll say iterator or iterator. Oh wow. Iterator keys, iterator keys, and then iterator values. Iterator values, and then there we go. So we just printed out the keys and the thingies. String is not assignable to type number. What is value? So I guess they are in the same scope. Oh yes, they are. This is not a function. Oh wait, I'm so confused. Okay, so since I say so if I say let, it means I'm creating a whole new scope, because I'm basically redeclaring this, and it's okay with that. The compiler's okay with that. That's very interesting. All right, so yeah, anyway, just wanted to go through the values, and then now the last one with, let's see what we have here. Oops. The with method of array instance is copying version of the using the bracket notation to change the value of the given index. It returns a new array with the element at the given index replaced with the given value. I guess I can do that with what's that method? Splice, right? Let me just open Splice again and make a comparison. I guess the only difference is okay, so splice doesn't mutate the original array, so I can use toSplice to mutate the original array. So with, let me just go through with, I know this creates, it returns a new array with the elements at the given index replaced by the given value. So I mean, I could do that with splice, or I guess I could do that with spliced, with toSpliced. Yes, toSpliced to this one. Anyway, array instance with array instance. What's array instance? Wait, zero based index at which to change the array. Convert it to an integer. Okay, negative index counts back from the end of the array, so if I say -1, it will start at the end of the array. a range error is thrown. I just want to look at what this is exactly. Also, you have methods on numbers. You have methods on numbers as well. Anyway, very interesting, man. JavaScript is just so very interesting, and going into the nitty-gritty of things is even more interesting and amazing. Really, I'm very interested to learn. Any value to be assigned to the given index, return value. A new array with the element at index replaced with value. Okay, the with method changes the value of the given index in the array, returning a new array with the element at the given index replaced with the given value. The original array is not modified. This allows you to chain array methods while doing manipulations. This allows you to chain array methods. So chaining array methods, so I cannot chain array methods with methods that manipulate the original array? I guess not. So what about dot join and dot, is it dot slice? Do those return a new array? Creates and returns a new string. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Dot at. What does dot at return again? Returns an item at that index. At 2, it will return 12. Oh no, return 8. 0, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. It returns the index, okay. And so how can I use dot at and dot with together? Whenever I code and I try and make sense of things, I always try and just ask myself a lot of questions, and also just try different things, try combining different things together. It's very easy, since they said that here, they gave me some ideas. I'm gonna try and have an array, and then that array have that array basically try and use with to create a new array, but use .at inside of that method. Inside of the .with method, use a .at method to manipulate. Sorry, to get the value. To get the value at that particular index in the array, this array. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but yeah. So so const new array, which is a number array, right? I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say my array dot with, and why am I getting errors? No, dot with. I pass with the dot with. I need to pass in the index, right? So I need to pass in the index, and then I need to pass in the index, and then I need to pass in the value, which is 100. So I can just say let index which is number equals 3, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3. So 4 needs to be manipulated, but instead of that, I can just say array.at, and then I pass in 3. How about that? Does that work? What's going on? With does not exist on type number. Does not exist on type number array. This returns, let me just do this. I'm very confused. Okay, let me just take this back to index, and then I'll come back. With does not exist on type number. Array.with. What? What is this? Okay. But it does not exist on type number array. What is this? Like, it's probably something to do with TypeScript and the versions not being proper. ES 2017, maybe. Let's do it 2022. There we go. No? Still? But it did manipulate. What is this? It did manipulate. It manipulated the array, but it's giving me errors. 5, 5. So if I manipulate the first one, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, it does work. I don't understand, dude. Alright, let's just go again. What do I do? Let's change this to 2. Not console logging. One 200 4 5. So it does work, and I could remove this and say array.at and then %2. Wait, what? Wait, what? How does add work? I'm very confused. Index 2, 0, 1, 2. Index 0 should be here, no? It means there's some sort of manipulation happening. Well, they say that it works the same, but that is funny. Oh, wait. It returns the value at that particular index. .add returns the value at that particular, so what basically I get inside of index would be 2. So now I'm passing 2 in here, so that's why it's 0, 1, 2. That makes so much sense. I was so confused. these things are confusing, man. They can get confusing. So now that makes a lot of sense. So I would have to say array.at. If I were to pass in 0, 1, 2, if I were to pass in 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, wait, 0, 1, 2, 3. If I were to pass in 3 here, it would be 0, 1, 2, 3. I would get 4 here and here. So that would basically replace 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, the last item. Yeah. So, but then if I were to say 4, I would get an error, but not from the array.at, but from array.with. This would return a range error, because it's like range error, like this does not exist. The length of the array is only this long, so you cannot access that element. It's undefined. However, if I were to add more in this array, then I would be able to access. It wouldn't be an error anymore. So that makes so much sense. Geez, I was confused for a while. All right, good. All right, let's see. Where was I? I just wanted to see the example that they gave us. Creating a new array with a single element changed. Okay, so I can chain array methods using because since this array.with returns a new array, I can immediately map through it. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me just write that example down. In this case, I'm going to convert index 0. I'm going to replace it with 300, and I'm going to say dot map out all elements in the array. Oh, what am I doing? If I square everything, 300 times 300 is 90,000. And then 4, and then 6, and then 16, and then 25. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip over to the um, object methods. But before that, I'm gonna copy everything in here and just paste it. All right. So let's continue. We're gonna go over the object methods. I think object methods. I just wanna take a look at the string methods. JS string methods. I wonder if oh wow, there's a whole list of methods here. I mean, geez. Usually, to avoid, what is this little icon here? Deprecated, not for use in new websites. Oh wow, okay. Oh wow, okay. Font color. Let me just take a look at this. Oh. Okay, so I was just saying that usually you wouldn't want to use these. I hope you guys could hear me. I had not put my mic on my collar. I was just stating that usually with string methods, you would usually just like convert the string into an array and then make operations and then put it back into a string and then return it to the general public. Instead of actually using these string methods. So I mean, string methods are not something that I would use. Like you could just use arrays, dude, really. So I will not be going through these whatsoever. I mean, the standard ones: 2 lowercase, 2 uppercase. Trim, let me see what trim does. Trim method of a string values removes white space from both ends of the string and returns a new string without modifying the original string. That's good. However, I mean, for instance, you could just convert it to an array and then what is this? Traverse the array, and wherever there's a white space, you can just get rid of it, get rid of the white space, and then convert it back into a string and then return it. But trim also does the job. Well, I guess trim, well, okay. I guess what the solution that I just gave wouldn't necessarily work in this case, because trim removes white space from either ends, from both ends, and they do specify here. And I mean, you could still write some sort of an algorithm to remove white space from an array. After converting this into an array, you can remove white space from the start of the array until you get to a character, and then you stop, and then you start again from the back, and then you remove all the white space until you get to a character, and then you stop, and then you put it back into a string, and then you return it. I guess that's a lot of work where you could have just used trim, to be fair. Trim end, trim start. These are actually interesting. I guess this returns a new string to returns a new string that is of all lowercase letters to local uppercase, same thing. And I guess these ones mutate the original string, and they do state here. Really good. Learning things every day to search. So I guess search will return the index of whatever it is that you want to search. Regex is something you definitely do not want to learn. Wow, okay, what is raw? These string methods are actually really interesting. However, I will not be spending time learning these things. Oh, template literals. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. This is something that you would use in development of a website, or in Node.js. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to my object methods right there, and I'm gonna start working. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of everything. All right, let's just get rid of you. Done with that. And yes, sir. Let's see what we have here. I did, didn't I? I'm probably not gonna understand what's happening here, but we want to start from the very beginning. Object constructor. The object constructor returns the input into an object. Its behavior depends on the input's type. Syntax: new object value, object value. Note: object can be called with or without the new, but sometimes with different effects. Right, so I can create an object. Let's see, a new object, and I can say Sam. What's that gonna say? Let obj equals to that. So it returns a string Sam. Oh wow, okay. So it's an object, but it's a string. Interesting. Okay. So it's a string, but when I say type of, it says it's an object. All right. So I guess that's how you create 42 console log. Oh, okay. So I guess obj dot. All right. So this is all right. So I could say let obj2 equals new object, and I could say that this is nothing, right? And I could say obj2 dot foo equals to, let me give it a number, 23 dot log obj2 dot foo. It will give me 23. What's wrong with this now? Foo does not exist on type object. Well, I just added it, did I not? Of course it doesn't exist on type object. I'm creating it. Or is that not the way you create new objects? Using object given, undefined, and null values. The following example stores an empty object in O. Const O equals new object, undefined, obtaining wrapper objects and big int and symbol. I don't think I'm going to go through these. And that's just the basic constructor of how you do things. Right. I'm not going to go through these. These are deleted, and then we have the assign method. Let's see what we have. So we have a standard object that has keys, that has a key and value pair. We have source as key and value pair, const returned. Okay, I didn't even read. The object assigned static method copies all immutable own properties from one or more source objects to target object. It returns the modified target object. The object.assign static method copies all enumerable own properties. I don't even understand what enumerable, because they didn't do my not generics, but my whatever they're called. Okay, so let me just see what exactly is happening here. Return target equals object.assign target and to source. All right, so we have AB and then BC. So the expected output, if I say console.log the target, this is what I get: A, B, C, A, B, and C. So it's A, B, C. So because B already exists, oh, okay, B gets replaced by the new B. This reminds me a lot of discrete mathematics. Yeah. Okay, so I get what that does. I'm not gonna type it in because I don't think I'll ever need that, but you do as you wish. Probably will need to come back here at some point. The object.create static method creates a new object using an existing object. Let me just think real quick. Wow, I'll probably need it, the assign, but yeah, I'll come back later. The object.create static method creates a new object using an existing object as a prototype of the newly created object. Or .create, so you create an object using another object. It's a static method. Yeah, it's set to me, but not to person. So it basically creates a whole new object. Inherited properties can be overwritten. And is human, so this is inheritance and overwriting. Right, me.print introduction. Boom. All right, that is dope. I'll just create a little example of that. I will also need to learn types. I will also need to learn and understand the difference between type and prototype. Is it prototype? Not prototype. Type and is it instance or interface? Yes, type and interface. There is a little bit of a difference, I heard, but I don't remember. I'm gonna say name is false. No, name is Dan, Sam, whatever. Can I do this? Oh, I cannot do that. Interesting. Oh, that makes a lot of sense actually. That's exactly how it's supposed to be, because an object is a key and value type of situation. And then I'll just print console.log. I'm gonna print out the name. I'm gonna say this dot name, right? Oh, okay. But I can I? Or do I need type literals to actually do that? I'll need to call out person dot print function, right? I need to call that Sam. I think I'm gonna do this. Oh, so it does work. I don't need type literals unless if I wanted to add some more stuff in here like that, then yeah, then you would need type literals, you know, and you would need something like this. Let's get a look at my keyboard. There we go. Let's do a name, and then there we go. Can I actually, this is a string, and can I use a string method? A string method like this. Just want to see if this will work. Dot to uppercase. I'll return the same string. There we go. That works perfectly. All right. What else do I want to do? I want to create. That's the whole purpose, right? I want to create. So I'm going to say const new person2 inherited person is equals to new object. No, object.create. Object uppercase object.create. I'm going to create that from a person, and then I'm going to say inherited person dot name equals Frank, and then I'm going to run inherited person dot print Frank, and then we're going to execute that. Frank is the name. So wow, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What if I had surname Kim? The surname is Kim, and then I say inherited person, no, console.log. I want to console.log the inherited person dot surname Kim. So it does inherit, and it will return Kim because we've inherited it from here, and we didn't mutate it in any way, or we didn't what's the word for it? There's an object oriented word specific to inheriting something and then converting or changing whatever's in that your new object, or yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna continue on. Let's see. The object defined property static method defines new or modified existing properties directly on an object, returning the object. So we have object 1, object.define properties. Okay, so you can define, or you can set new or modify new properties on an object. So you have an object.define properties. Oh, I have my coffee here. I forgot about this. I forgot about my phone. Also, I can basically create, I can just use this to create objects. I want to see what's inside define property. I wonder what's inside of freeze. Anyway, define property is object.define property, object property 1, and then create an object. Okay, I will not be using these to solve problems. Remember, guys, I'm not going through all these object methods just to learn everything. I'm trying to solve problems with these things, and if I don't feel like I can use this to solve problems, then I don't need it. You can just use the standard way of defining properties, or just making things easier for me. This looks high level, not really high level, it's pretty basic, everyone can understand this, but this is not what most people do to define property of something. Freeze, object.freeze static method freezes an object. Freezing an object prevents extension and makes existing properties non-writable and non-configurable. A frozen object can no longer be changed. New properties cannot be added. Existing properties cannot be removed. Their enumerability, configurability, writability, or value cannot be changed, and the object's prototype cannot be reassigned. Freeze, so I cannot, okay. Freeze returns the same object that was passed in. Throws an error in strict mode. So if it's not strict, I guess you can, it is mutable, configurable, enumerable. The prop, okay, so you can just access it, it's like almost like everything is, yeah. Okay, I get that. Interesting. I'm gonna move on. From entries, the object.from entry static method transforms a list of key value pairs into an object. Transforms a list of key value pairs into an object. Const entries equals a new map with a 2D array inside. 2D array inside of there's a foobar bas42. Const object equals an object, okay, dot from entries, and you pass in the entries, which is a map, and then you try and log it out. It'll say foo is bar, bas is 42. So it just creates a new, so it creates, okay, exactly. It converts a list of key value pairs into an object. I wonder if I need to do this, or I can just do a 2D array, just like, what's going on here? No overload matches this call. No, this is not what I wanted to do in the first place. What I wanted to do is this. So it does work. So object dot entries, wait, from entries. So that's good. The fact that I can pass in a 2D array and it'll convert it to an object. That is good. That is good. That is good. Pass in a 2D array and it will return an object for me. Really good. Okay. Moving right along. Object.getOwnProperty descriptor. static method returns an object describing the configuration of a specific property on a given object. So it just describes a configuration. Configurable. So basically, if I set an object like descriptor 1 to just freeze it, I guess this would return false just by observing. Haven't even finished reading the description. ADHD, guys. That is one directly present on an object and not in the object's prototype chain. The object return is mutable, but mutating it has no effect on the original. Okay, let me read that again. It's a static method that returns an object describing the configuration of a specific property on a given object that is one directly present on an object and not in the object's prototype chain. The object returned is mutable, but mutating it has no effect on the original property's configuration. Damn, like, who needs to use these things? With all honesty, who uses these methods? I've never really seen any code and anyone actually using these things, but I can understand how these would be important depending on what type of software that you want to create. Depending on the type of software that you want to create, you would need to understand and really understand how these things work. I guess it really is important to always come back to this website. Object.getOwnProperty descriptors. The object.getOwnProperty descriptor static method returns all own property descriptors of a given object. Okay, so this checks. Okay, this is exactly what I want to test out. To get own property descriptors. I need to type this out. I want to type it out. Descriptors. I need to get my types in order. After this one, after this method, I should probably go study my types a little bit, and then I can come back and then I can convert this code into actual TypeScript. Because right now I'm just writing plain old JavaScript, right? Descriptors. What is the... So this is descriptor, and then that's one is descriptors. Let's just do this. Descriptor, this is descriptor. Get own property descriptor. Get own property descriptors. Wow. All right. And then I'm gonna pass in the object, object D, and then I'm gonna move on and say const this. No. send descriptors 1. Okay. Console.log. I'm not just guys, if you see me pausing while the code or the solution is right here, do not think that I'm just like I'm unable to read or anything. It's just so much going on in my brain that I cannot even comprehend. I can't even comprehend what I'm thinking, and at the same time I'm trying to read. It's just impossible. Oh, okay. Proper. I can see what this exactly. What this is. This is it's just this, but this allow, like, you would need to do more work. Not really more work, but you have to specify which property do you want to test. You know, do you want to test the writability on this property or that property or whatever? So you actually need to specify. But yeah. Property 1 dot writable, so it should return true, right? Object is not defined. Is it object D, right? True, it is true. So can I freeze this first? Object D. So freeze is a static method, so I would have to say object dot freeze, and I want to freeze object D. So after freezing this, I would assume that this would not be writable anymore, right? False. There we go. All right. I get that. I understand what's going on here. Yeah. I understand. Guys, the clock has run out. I need to end this video, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.